Lily. Today I'm going to read you a story. Roalddal Matilda, Chapter 19. The Practice. Let's read it. Matilda found the house empty. Matilda found the house empty as usual. Her father was not yet back from work. Her mother was not yet back from bingo, and her brother might be anywhere. She went straight into the living room and opened the door of the sideboard when she knew her father kept a box of cigars. She took one out and carried it up to her bedroom and shut herself in. Now for the practice, she told herself. It's going to be tough, but I'm determined to do it. Her plan for helping Miss Honey was beginning to form beautifully in her mind. She had it now in almost every detail, but in the end it all depended upon her being able to do one very special thing with her eye power. She knew she wouldn't manage it right away, though she felt fairly confident that with a great deal of practice and effort, she would succeed in the end. The cigar was essential, and it was perhaps a little bit thicker than she would have liked, but the weight was about right. It would be fine, or for practicing with. There was a small dressing table in Matilda's bedroom with her hairbrush and comb on it, and 2 library books. She cleared these things to one side and sat and laid the cigar down in the middle of the dressing table. Then she walked away and sat on the end of her bed. She was now about 10 feet from the cigar. She settled herself and began to concentrate, beginning to follow inside her head, gathering itself behind the eyes, and the eyes became hot, and the billions of tiny invisible hands began pushing out like sparks toward the cigar. Move, she whispered, and to her intense surprise, almost at once the cigar with a little red and gold paper band around its middle rolled away across the top of the dressing table and fell onto the carpet. Matilda had enjoyed that. It was lovely doing it. It had felt as though sparks were going round and round inside her head and flashing out of her eyes. It had given her a sense of power that was almost ethereal. And how quick it had been this time, how simple. She crossed the bedroom and picked up the cigar and put it back on the table. Now for the difficult one, she thought, but if I had a power to push, then surely I also have the power of lift. It is vital I learn how to lift it. I must learn how to lift it right up into the air and keep it there. It is not a very happy thing, a cigar. She sat on the end of the bed and started again. It was easy now to summon up the power behind her eyes. It was like pushing a trigger in the brain. Lift, she whispered. Lift. At first, the cigar started to roll away, but then, with Matilda concentrating fiercely, one end of it slowly lifted up about an inch off the tabletop. With a colossal effort, she managed to be held for about 10 seconds. Then it fell back again. Phew, she gasped. I'm getting it. I'm starting to do it. For the next hour, Matilda kept practicing, and in the end she had managed by the sheer power of her eyes. She lifted the whole cigar clearly off the table, about 6 inches in the air, and held it there for a minute. Then suddenly she was so exhausted she fell back on the bed and went to sleep. That was how her mother found her later in the evening. What's the matter with you? The mother said, waking her up. Are you ill? Oh gosh, Matilda said, sitting up and looking around. No, I'm all right. I was a bit tired. That's all. From then on, every day after school, Matilda shut herself in the room and practiced with the cigar, and soon it all began to come together in the most wonderful day. 6 days later, by the following Wednesday evening, she was able not only to lift the seeker up into the air, but also to move it around exactly as she wished it. It was beautiful. I can do it, she cried. I can really do it. I picked the seeker up just with my eye power and push it and pull it in the air any way I want. All she had to do now was to put her great plan into action. That's all. That's all. I wonder what Matilda is doing. Bye!